My name is Peter Fisher and welcome to another question and answers video based on the MySQL Console tutorials. Today we're going to take a look at a question asked by Emanuel over Twitter. Emanuel says, "Hi Peter, I have just been following your tutorials on SQL and I really appreciate it. However, I do not know how to back up." Well, Emanuel, I'm assuming you mean MySQL rather than SQL because they're very different and the way in which you back them up is very different too. So for now, I'm just going to assume you mean MySQL. So there's quite a few ways to back up a MySQL database. You could, for instance, use a GUI such as phpMyAdmin or MySQL Workbench. Both of those have tools to allow you to export the database schema as well as its contents to a file, and then you would use that file as the backup. But as this is a MySQL Console series, I'm going to demonstrate how to do a MySQL database backup using a command, using the terminal and the command mysql dump. So we're in the terminal right now, and in fact we're in a blank directory. So if I did an ls, you can see there's nothing in here. Now the output of this demonstration will be a file, an SQL file containing the database schema and its contents. That's going to be produced by a command called mysql dump. But before I get into any of that, I just want to do mysql dump -- help. And that's going to show you the help text of the mysql dump command. And as you can see, there's quite a few variables and arguments and options that you can pass to the mysql dump command, and that'll tailor its output. And perhaps I'll do a couple of videos in the future going into more depth of the mysql dump command and using some of these advanced features. But for now, we just want to focus on creating a backup of the database in its current state. So let's run mysql dump, and you need to provide mysql dump with the user credentials of the user who can access the database that you want to back up. So to do that, you do -u, and that's the username. So you type in the username there, and then -p. Now we're not going to enter the password into the command, because the -p flag will prompt you for that password once the command is executed. Okay. So the next argument that you need to provide is the name of the database that you wish to back up. So in this case, it's just called test. Now, if I was to run this as it is now, it would just return the output of MySQL to the standard output. So if I press enter now, of course, it's going to ask me for the password because of the -p argument there. So I'll just type that in. And yes, so that's the output that's being produced by mysql dump. Now that's pretty useless in its own, in this form. What we really need to do is produce a file from this output. And the way to do that is to use something called Unix streaming, output streaming. So we want to stream the output of mysql dump to a file, and we do that using output redirection. So we want to redirect the output of mysql dump and generate a new file called test_bkp.sql. So that's going to redirect the output from here and put it into this file. Okay, so put in the password again, and then if I was to type ls again, we can see that the file has been generated. So if I did a less on that file just to display its contents, we can see that the customer table, the schema has been produced. So that's the create table command for the customer table, and then under that we should have the insert commands for the customer table. So this will insert the values, and then underneath that we'll have the various other commands to generate the other tables and their contents and so forth. Okay, so that's a very quick demonstration of mysql dump, how to back up a MySQL database to a file via the terminal. So Emmanuel, I hope that has helped in some way. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button if you found it useful, and make sure to subscribe to get the next tutorial. If you have any comments, questions or queries, then please leave them in the comments section below. Alternatively, you can tweet them to my Twitter handle, which is PFWD. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.